Hello YouTube, as I promised, in this tutorial we're gonna talk about variables. They are very important, very crucial to understand because we're gonna use them all the time, not just in JavaScript but also in all other programming languages. So let's simplify our script here. Here's the situation. Every time when, for example, you wanna print this thing, you need to copy this line 10 times, 100 lines and so on. So this is boring, this is repetitive, and at the end of the day this is definitely stupid. So the question is there any way to put this on a one line and then use it all over again? Well, yes, because these things are somewhere in computer, so we need to put this stuff into some kind of box, okay? So we will know these objects by that short box. So those boxes do need to have names. How else you gonna use them? Okay, so those names for those boxes where you have actual things that you will work on, they are variables. So let's, for example, grab this thing and let's put it into box and let's use it by stating name of that box. So var is short for variable, so here we are defining that variable and we can have hundreds of variables in our scripts. Okay, so let's say that x, that will be very short name for this thing, like total abstract stuff, but you can use here word, like a sentence or something like else, abc and so on. That is not important here, okay? Just realize that here you can use any kind of name you like, but here var must be stated exactly like it's here. This is internal thing of JavaScript, okay? You cannot change it. You cannot have, for example, var and then here one and var and then blah 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 and so on. No, just var and then space and then name of that box where we will put these things. So let's do that using double quotes. Why? Because there must be some kind of way to distinguish what object is from the rest of the scripts. So let me just copy paste this up here, okay? And down there, sorry, we need to close our commands, okay? Don't forget that. By closing your command with semicolon, you're telling to computer, grab this thing, put it here, because right now I just want to use it through this kind of handle, through this variable down there into execution. So let's also have another variable which will be epsilon, let's say, and that thing will be just a number like 1 2 3 4. Who cares? The actual number is not important, okay? And another thing is, let's have z variable, var z, and that thing can be, for example, something else. It can be pure HTML stuff like HR, okay? Don't forget to close it. Now down there we will just use those variables, those handles that will basically represent bunch of stuff that are in the memory of your PC, okay? So down there, if you want to print x, you will say document dot write, and then inside you will not state hack the planet, you'll just use handle from here, x without quotes. Why? Because quotes are already done here. There is no need for repetition, okay? So these things are variables, they are handles, so no quotes down there, either single ones or double ones. And now, because this is a command that you will issue, close that command always. And now let's go to our page. Allow me a couple of seconds to arrange this desktop a little bit. I don't want to switch between browser and editor all the time. So here's the thing. Let's refresh this page and we'll get hack the planet here. Oops, I need to state actual location. There you go. So now we are using this thing through this thing. Can we use those things down there the same way? Sure. Document dot write, for example, z. So that means that we can define our variables here and we can interchange them so many times in so many ways down there. Let me explain. So here we are stating them x, y, z, and down there we will use them x, z, y. So let's do that, and let's do that automatically with the epsilon. And there you go. So here's the situation. Their variables are really useful because you can define them at the top of your script or somewhere else, and then you can use them at other places multiple times. So real-time saviors. So let me just copy paste this couple of times and you will see what I'm talking about. Okay, see, in a split of a second we have results. We don't need to use these hard-coded things down there. We are using it through intermediary handle. Okay, so let me just go back a couple of times. So here's the question. Can we use variables in combination with hard-coded things down there when we are printing? Yeah, sure. So let's say between z and epsilon, and z is AHR and epsilon is just 1, 2, 3, let's have a couple of hard-coded stuff. Let me save ourselves a little bit of time. And also down there, and we will hard code here, for example, this custom stuff and something else. Okay, so this is hard coded custom stuff, and these things are from top, yeah, right, genius, top of the script. And down there we'll have those results. There you go. So things are obviously concatenated because this is pure JavaScript. So now you can, let's say, use BR here, custom HTML, and BR down there, and maybe once more time, just in case. And now you will have nice results up here. So this is extremely useful. Some people will say, well, big deal, you know, you're just printing things on a screen. But imagine that you're working on a really big project, really big script that will have like 5,000 lines. So you don't want to go there, and if you need to change something, you need to go to any line down there that use that thing and change that manually, or using even other script that you need to write. So you need to basically waste your time. So you will change one thing here once, and then use it, and in the execution everything will be changed automatically. Okay, so this is like, I mean, very, very useful. Let me explain. So let's turn this into some kind of gibberish, for example, and also here we're gonna change that to some other number and what in one place, and this will be replaced with I don't know, a couple of BRs, for example. Sure, you can do that. On one spot you're doing changes, and down there you have a replication of changes immediately. Yeah, I know some people say, that's a simple, but just imagine working on really big problems, really big scripts with other programmers. Why is that important? Because over time, in many other programming languages, you will have specialized modules, external libraries, external configuration files where you will put some kind of configuration, and then you will import those files into your major script, and when you need to do changes, you will do changes in that dedicated files, and those changes will be automatically replicated in all other scripts, in all other programs you're working with. Okay, that's advanced material, but you'll get that over time, don't worry. Not just in JavaScript, you will do that in C++ all the time, in a Perl, in a Python, in a PHP. This stuff is absolutely excellent and important to understand. Anyway, these things were basic. Right now, in the next tutorial, we're gonna talk about different data types, because you need to have numbers to do calculations, like multiplication and so on, but you can also use numbers like letters, and that's weird, but it will work. Like when you need to concatenate a couple of numbers without multiplication, so you will just pack them together. Anyway, I'm gonna shut up. Thank you for watching. See you next tutorial, and we will explain about data types.